everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have an award-winning show. It's the Oscars of the plants. I've been noticing so many of my favorite plants of 2024 videos from other planty creators, and honestly I've been binge watching all of them. All of these videos that I could find. I was so curious to see what kind of stories were behind these plants. Some were sentimental, others maybe just, prized possessions because of the price tag. Very different options. And you know what? I buckled my seat, I went ahead, took my pen and wrote 10 specific houseplants. Not only 10 houseplants, some of these will be arrangements. You will see in a minute. Some of these plants you haven't seen on my channel for at least a year, I believe, maybe even longer. So I believe it's gonna be a fun video to watch, to see some updates on some of my rescue plants, because I'll have at least a couple of these, maybe even more. So prepare for that, grab a snack or a drink, subscribe for upcoming plenty content, because oh guys, I have a full-on list of what I need to film in this upcoming month and months to come. So stay tuned for that, subscribe, like this video if you'll enjoy it. Let me know which one of these plants will be your number one, and let me know your number one. Look at me, just flying through this intro like a queen. Anyway, I'm in a good mood. I'm so excited to share some of these plants with you, so let's flipping jump straight into it. Wow, that was kind of dramatic. Let's jump into top 10 plants of 2024. Prepare the red carpet for these plants. Some of them might be not in the best shape right now because it's winter. It's actually snowing outside. I will insert some footage right now. Roll the clip. So cute, so vibey, but not the best weather for filming. So if the lighting will be odd, flipping why I haven't seen sun in weeks right now. I wanted to say days, but weeks. So let's get over with this. All right, so let's jump into the list. I'll have a couple Hoyas, I'll have some aroids, I'll have cacti, I will have succulents, and I'll have other plants. I'll have 10 plants, so moving on. First one is going to be Hoya Sarawak. You can see her in the background. It's not that eye-catching. Before I will take it off the shelf and show you in front of your face. You need to see this glorious beauty. I got it as a one-leaf cutting about a year ago. Maybe a little bit less than a year ago. Let me introduce her to you. Guys, oh my gosh, this is the worst weather to show you the awards of my favorite plants, because you don't see the whole glory of this plant. For example, this one have so many beautiful large leaves. Just look at those things. These are insane. Yes, some of them do have a bit of a damage for underwatering. It's actually growing in my pond substrate right now, and it's been growing in it from the day one I got it. I started it in water and then planted it into the pond, and it actually loves it. Not all of my plants love to be in pond. This is one of those that actually appreciate it, and I appreciate her for appreciating it, because it seems like I found a balance. It's actually growing in a candle holder. Recycle. The motto for 2025, recycle. This is actually a dish like 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. I'm actually pretty proud. Still have it, still use it, because let's save the planet. Anyway, commercial break. Save the planet. Anyway, this is my plant number one, because this is actually one of those Hoyas that I did not expect to love this much. I actually accidentally bought it. Honestly, accidentally bought it. I wanted to buy Hoya Marvels, and I was chatting with the owner of several Hoyas, and at the end I mixed the names with the pictures because they were written separately, and here we are. And this accidental Hoya right now is on my top 10 of the year. So if this is not a destiny, if this is not a funny way of universe working, I don't know what it is, but it is a beautiful Hoya. I love humongous leaves. I'm a big fan of big plants, of chunky, weird, wonky plants, and this is all and more. It actually have a bunch of branches that is working on right now. Look at all of this foliage. Oh my gosh, so many beautiful leaves. So this definitely looks fabulous whenever it's standing in this corner. Just pop of green, not much going on with the colors, but just the shape of it, the size of it is all I need, honestly. We do have a bit of splashing. We'll take a closer look. Little tiny bits of splashing. This is actually the newest leaf it gave me. Just look at this. I do underwater it a bit during the winter months right now, so this is why some of the leaves do have damage. I mean, this one was also one of those fabulous months when I did not notice that it was working on a leaf, and I just, let it be way too long without water. But all in all, very forgiving plant, very beautiful plant, very in your face, and that's what I love about the plants. Whenever they want to just go into your face, I'm like, just bring it on. Let's put it back. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Let's quickly buckle her up because she sometimes wants to run away. Bam. Perfect. Fabulous. Just look at this. Oh, moving on. Another plant actually is not in the greatest condition. I've been filming at this point series of this plant struggling in my collection, and I'm talking about my Monstera Thai constellation. It actually was a gift from my friend from Gerda from New Zealand, and it is a very special plant for me in my collection. And right now we're working on a root rot situation. I will insert the clip because it's a beast. We'll have a bunch of beasts in today's video. I think I'm gonna be showing a lot of pretty large plants, so stay tuned for that. But this one is the one that I do not want to pick and disturb. I just want to let it be and settle up in the new environment. It actually been transferred to soil in like the last couple of weeks, so it's still a work in progress. We're trying to figure out everything. It's been so happy in my collection for about a year, and then I think the problem was that since it was growing in pond, the root ball was so tight in there that the water could not evaporate so much, and it started just to rot. Like roots touching each other, they started to rot, and that's where the downhill situation started to happen. So right now I worked on the root ball. I cut off all of the dead ends. I put it in a peroxide mix to disinfect everything and planted it in soil. I planted it in terracotta pot, so everything will be more airy, and hopefully soon I'll give you nice updates. It's not today, unfortunately, but it's still in my favorites. I just cannot not put it there. I wanted to film only 10 plants in today's video, but I have so many honorable mentions, and honestly I will try my best not to talk about them, but I really want to. Like my Hoya Svetlana is another top plant in my collection, but right now I actually propped it and it's not looking fabulous. But I am working on propagating the baby cuttings, like leaf cuttings, and then planting it all together, and that's when you're gonna see it, when it's more fabulous than it is right now. But it's still with me. I still flippin' love it, and it's the most gorgeous Hoya, just like the Sarawak. They actually have pretty same size leaves, so like chef's kiss. Moving on, I will stay with each plant for way too long and we're gonna sleep over here. Since we're talking about the beasts, let me show you the one that I actually rescued from a trash can. Yes, you heard that right. This is actually a plant that they found in the weirdest condition ever. It was a simple stick. So here's a picture of how it looked when I found it. It was a simple tree trunk. There was no soil in the root ball. It actually was left next to the garbage containers, and I'm glad it wasn't just thrown in because it would just die. I also found it last winter, so it's actually pretty cold. I think it was like February or even March maybe, so it wasn't like extremely cold, but it wasn't warm. It was like in the mid-zeros somewhere, so it wasn't great. I found it as a stick. Let me introduce this gorgeous beauty for you right now. Guys, actually I watered it just right now because it was a bit droopy, but guys, oh my gosh, the whole trunk is just filled with branches. As you can tell, it's actually pretty greatly rooted because it is watered and I can't pick it up. It is heavy though, but it is gorgeous though. Look at all of that new growth. The branches are so long already. So this spring I actually plan to prune it and make it a little bit more bonsai looking, because for now the branches are just going crazy and it is looking beautiful. I honestly cannot wait for it to bloom and show me her beautiful colors. I mean, right now it is gorgeous and stunning, and definitely one of my favorite plants in my collection, especially knowing that I rescued it and we have a full background story together. I know you guys love it as well whenever I show this plant, so here's another update. We have a lot going on and I love it. I love it because of that. You know what, maybe let's keep it in the frame so you can appreciate it for a little bit longer somehow. I mean, okay. Let's try work like this. Right? Isn't she cute? She's so adorable. I mean, it was pretty old when I found it already. I think it is at least 10 or even more years old just by the size of the trunk. So somebody, for some flipping reason, decided to go ahead, chop off all of the branches, leave it, you know, almost on the edge of death. And I was there to rescue it. So honestly, this is one of my proudest moments of my houseplant rescues. I have a full-on playlist of my rescue stories. I have over, at this point, maybe over 50 plants that I rescued throughout my plant saving career. Not all of them actually were even filmed, so I have even more, but this one definitely in my top 3. Oh, I mean, what a comeback story. What a comeback story. Blue, stop! Blue having zoomies right now.
What? Suas.
We are here too?
Ah.
Oh my gosh. Moving on. Another one. Since we're talking about the plants with an awesome background stories, this is gonna be a whole composition. So this whole composition is actually from my honeymoon, and I'm so excited. Once again, I filmed the whole dealio, the way I was planting it. It's actually extremely heavy because the pot itself is very heavy. And this is my agave garden from Croatia. I made all of these rocks are actually from my honeymoon as well. I have a teeny tiny cacti from Austria in there. And these plants are actually coming from an Airbnb that I went to see growing in, living in. And the neighbor of our Airbnb was the sweetest lady ever, and we actually got very friendly. And these were little gifts she gave me to bring back home. Once again, the full story is in my, I cannot hold it, it's so heavy. The full story is actually in one of my videos. I will link it actually right now if you want to go ahead and check out all of the plants I brought from my honeymoon. But this one definitely is one of my favorites because it's so authentic. It looks like straight, like I took a piece out of that, you know, place of the world, like that side of the world, and brought it back to my windowsill. Love it to pieces. They are not the happiest plants ever, but I hope in the spring when we'll get more, I wanted to say when we'll get more sun, but honestly at this point, when we get the sun, because we haven't seen it in a while, I think they should bounce back. I mean, I could give them some grow light, but I'm pretty sure I have way more plants that need a grow light, and these ones can just live like they're living in their natural habitat with like winter break. So this is what we're working with. Moving on. Since we are on a train of rescued plants, let me show you another rescue plant that right now is actually blooming. Another stick that I rescued, another awesome story. I will link a link to this video, or you can just go ahead into my playlist of rescued houseplants and you will find a story about this plant, because this is another glorious story. Let me pick it up. Alright, so this is Euphorbia millii, and this is another awesome story. This was the plant, one long branch about 1 meter long, that I decided to prop, and I actually cut it in 3 pieces. You can see them right here, 3 original pieces. This one, that one with a branch, and this one. This was the top cutting, this was the mid cutting with the branch, and this was the bottom one. And I just love that they started to branch, pop off those babies as well. Look at this. And we have lots of greenery over here. It is a succulent actually. It's not like aroid or stuff like that, but so interesting, and I love to see it bloom. It actually bloomed the moment, like in a week or 2 after I rescued it and put it in my home once again. This was a plant that I rescued about a year ago, and it was once again a pretty cold day when I found it, so I'm not sure if it was like overnight outside or what, and I honestly did not have much hopes, but I still wanted to give it a go and see what happens. And look at this, right now it is like a statement piece for sure. So many thorns, look at those crazy things. Oh my gosh, and I am so used to see these plants in like baby stages in our like big box stores or plant stores. So to find one like this size, so chunky and already branching, was the coolest thing ever. And what a piece, what a piece. I love this plant so much. It is looking like something I brought from Madagascar, I feel like. Even though it was just snacks from the garbage containers outside of here in Eastern Europe. So cool story, love this plant, and isn't this looking sweet with this tiny bloom? Oh, so sweet, so beautiful. Moving on. Oh, you're gorgeous, love that bloom. All right, another plant. This one, I think this one you haven't seen for at least a year, the Euphorbia. This one that I'm gonna show you once again, you haven't seen for over a year, maybe even 1.5, and this is a gift from my planty fairy godfather Urash. I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting to see this plant as well, because at some point I just stopped talking about this and another variegated Hoya he gifted me, but honestly they were just standing in a little greenhouse on my top shelf, and I just, do not disturb them too much. This time I tried to take it out and broke off a couple branches, which I'm so mad about, but I just plopped them in for now in my prop boxes of alocasia aquarium, so hopefully soon we'll have more branchy plant. But it already is a pretty branchy plant. Look at this Hoya bella variegata. I actually planted it in here oh my gosh, 2 years ago. No, I'm lying. Yep, I'm lying. A year ago. Here's the label. I planted it on 16th of December last year. Last year, on the 2023, my lord, right now it's disturbing. Anyway, so this is a plant that I love so much. It is growing like crazy. If you'll try to go ahead and look at all of those roots, it is a very happy plant. It was attacked by thrips and spider mites, but we fought them off, and right now this is cute. This is very cute, and I am nervous where to put it. I would love to have a big IKEA cabinet where I could show it off and see its glory every single day, because it's such a beautiful plant, and right now it is cramped in this very dusty tiny greenhouse that I need to clean. Actually, I'll clean it after filming this video, because I haven't noticed how dusty it was, so we'll work on that after the video. But look at this, such a beautiful Hoya, definitely one of my most favorite Hoyas ever. Every single time I am struggling with simple non-variegated Hoya bella, but this one is just some kind of miracle. I have no idea why it is so happy in my home, but I am so excited to see it this happy. I also have a Hoya carnosa variegata from Urash, which actually rotted in this very same greenhouse. So I rerooted it, repropagated it, and right now we have a couple branches. Thank goodness I managed to save it. And this one never had a big of a problem. It was rotting at one time. It was once again attacked by pests, but it's a flippin' fighter. It's a beautiful plant. Such a beautiful plant. Oh, let's put you carefully down. Let's move on to the plant number 7. And right now we'll need to go ahead and open this greenhouse. So I have another baby greenhouse. Honestly, I'm running out of place in my tiny greenhouses. So once again, maybe, I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do. For now, let's not talk about it because I'm gonna panic. Okay, I actually got a cool plant mail last month, and I filmed a whole shebang. It was actually from Cartel Down, the surprise unboxing, and I got beautiful plants. Some of them are a little bit on the struggle bus. For example, Hoya is not doing so well, not the undulata. Undulata is actually doing fabulously. Another one, it just kept on rotting on me. I also am struggling with a crystallinum hybrid over here, even though at this point I cut most of its roots and it's growing a new leaf right now. I'm like, the heck is going on? So let's not talk about it yet. I'll show you soon, hopefully. But today I want to just mention this beautiful dark phoenix. It is a mix of Anthurium pap and Forgetii together with the dark phoenix. So it is still in a pretty baby stage, but this leaf grew in my care, and this is already, I see as a win, because look at this beautiful root system. It is so easy going so far and doesn't give me any kind of trouble. So this is an Anthurium that definitely just brought that passion for Anthuriums in my home. I never was a big fan. I mean, I do have, okay, right now you don't see behind this hibiscus rose. Bam, do you see? No, you don't. Okay. How about now? Bam! You can see a little bit. I have an Anthurium. What are you? Anthurium.
Who are you?
Crystallinum. I have Anthurium crystallinum. I do have Anthurium clarinervium out there. I do have Anthurium something out there that you cannot see probably. I did had several in my, years of collecting, but they always seemed to scare me a little bit because, of their needs. They're pretty perky plants and, the divas. But this one specifically, even though it is growing in a little greenhouse, this seems to be so easygoing. Just like a simple dark phoenix with self, for example, also gave me this beautiful new leaf. It's an experiment. I was looking through so many videos about anthuriums and the best ways to prop them. So this one is actually growing in perlite, and look at this. Look at this juicy root out there, so fun. This one is in water because it is happy in water. So many different experiments are happening. Oh my gosh, look, against my black shirt you can see all of those roots. How fun is this? I love to see those juicy noodle looking roots. Honestly, soon I'm going to plant it because I would love to give it some more nutrients. I have a specific anthurium soil to use. But for now, it is doing fabulously, and I'm just enjoying to see all of those cool experiment looking roots in this tiny bottle. So one of those plants that just brought my love for the anthuriums, and I'm like, you know what, I think I can do it. I think I'm at this stage and at this point of my collecting era that I'm like, you know what, let's flip and go. I think I can do it. While we still have an open greenhouse, let me grab another one that started the passion for another group of plants. And I've been talking about it non-stop. It actually just gave me a new leaf, so I'm very proud. Actually, 2 new leaves. And I'm talking about my beautiful Alocasia Frydek. Look at those leaves. So beautiful. I love that I have a bunch of green. I also have a couple leaves that are pretty white. This is the newest, this is the newest leaf it gave me, and it is beautiful. It is a bit risky, but we still have a decent chunk of green. And we also have a baby over here that gave me this new leaf. Look at this. So beautiful. I love that it is like a mama and daughter like couple growing in this beautiful pot. Once again, this one is overgrowing this greenhouse, and I am in a panic mode. I keep on checking second-hand greenhouses, second-hand IKEA shelves, because they're more affordable and already pre-made. So you have the lighting already situated and fence and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's, you know, a pretty decent chunk of money to pay. So I'm a bit worried, should I do it, should I not do it? And, you know, it's just a constant struggle of mine. I've been thinking about this IKEA cabinet for 2 years right now, and I never, you know, just press the button. So maybe one day, who knows, but for now it is fabulous, but it is out of space, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Even though it's one of my favorite plants of last year, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the favorite this year as well, because it is beautiful. It started the love for all Alocasias, and right now I have a full greenhouse just filled with variegated Alocasias over here, which I'm so proud of. They're looking fabulous while they're still in greenhouse. I mean, stay tuned, subscribe to see what happens in the future. I'm not sure, but look at her, look at her. You know what, let's for now plop it back, but I want to take some pictures with you, because while it's still glorious and happy, we gotta do it. Okay, moving on. Actually, we're almost there. We have two more plants, and honestly, both of them gonna be heavy. Goodness, oh goodness, okay. Another plant is another gift from a friend. Actually, I noticed this tendency for my favorite plants to be gifts, because they have way more sentimental value for me than just simple, you know, plants that I bought from the store. So this one is not an exception, and it's a cool one. This is a plant from my friend Bruno, who also is a plant YouTuber from Lithuania. He has a channel called Plants Up North, so if you want to go ahead, check him out. He's fabulous. He's a very fun guy. Anyway, let me show you the plant that I'm talking about. I mean, once again, I do have a bunch of plants from him. For example, you can see, oh, do you see those fabulous leaves? Those variegated, oh, these fabulous variegated leaves. It's also a plant from him. This is a philodendron. Oh, another glorious story, but we came here to talk about this dude. This is Euphorbia ingens variegata marmorata. And as per him, it was planted or / bought on 6th of October in 2023. So in my care, it's since last summer. So for like half a year. And during that time, do you see all of that? about this size grew in my care, and I'm very proud about it. I'm extremely proud about it. This is such a beautiful cacti. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this spot it's growing in, but I did not want to disturb it and let it be for about a year to adapt to my conditions. And honestly, this is the year that I will be repotting it. Fingers crossed it won't be, it won't get like annoyed or something. But so far this was such an easygoing plant. I actually used to have one pretty similar size but with more branches, and unfortunately during last winter it rotted on me because I overwatered it. I was so worried because since it's euphorbia, they do need a little bit more water than a simple cacti, for example, in your collections. Euphorbias are way more thirsty, so I thought I am doing... what is this? Oh, what is this? Are we gonna have branches? Look at those. Look at those. Can you see little tiny dots on the... oh my gosh, I cannot bring it too close to the camera, but I noticed one little tiny dot over here and another one that like looks like green little, just, I don't know, round circles. Are these going to be branches or are these going to be blooms? This could be either, to be honest. So, okay, right now I'm even more excited to see what is going to happen with this plant because, oh my gosh, I will make sure to put it against the grow light with this specific side. So, who knows, maybe we'll see some branching going on. I'm not the biggest fan of blooms on euphorbias, except the Melia. The Melia is very cute, the one that I showed you. But this one just... okay, grow those arms. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I mean, since it's growing close to my grow light, you can see that it's still in the growing season, even though we are like entering the January right now, which is so dark. Exciting. This is very exciting. Okay, let's put it back because, oh my goodness, is it heavy or not? I feel like I'm gonna be after a workout from this video. Alright, and the last one is actually a fairy garden. If you've been on my channel for longer, you know I love making those little tiny whimsical pieces with plants. Like, I feel like they are pieces of art, and this one is definitely one of my favorites I have ever done. I have another one. Actually, I have several more, but these ones are not doing so great. Even my Hobbit one, actually, the Thanksgiving cactus, just decided to croak, even though it was growing in there for like 2 years, maybe 3 years at this point. So we're gonna see what happens. Maybe in the future videos I will tackle it and maybe freshen it up, maybe add some plants. Let me know if you would love to see this kind of video, because at the same point I already made this fairy garden, but also it still looks almost fabulous. It just needs a little bit of THC, you know? But anyway, let me show you the newest one, and I made it during the Halloween season, and it is my Baba Yaga garden. I'm sorry, it is a bit dusty. I do not water it too often, and it is standing almost on the ground level on my shelf. So whenever my puppy Baloo is running, you know, a little bit of dust and hair just lays down on this garden. So you've been warned, but so far actually it's doing fabulously. All of the succulents are doing great. They are not too stretchy. I mean, this aloe is still in growing season. The crassula, on the other hand, is actually right now kind of asleep. It did lose a couple leaves, so I feel like maybe soon I need to water it because some of the leaves started to wrinkle and do not look that juicy. But at the same time, I'm a bit worried to overwater it and just lose it to the rot. So it's a juggle, especially since it's growing in a pot without a hole. So we'll see how that goes. I will let you know, but just definitely a piece of art. I love this so much. Whenever I look at it, this is definitely something that, you know, would start a conversation. I feel like if I would have a sofa and a little coffee table next to it, this definitely would look fabulous on it. We do have this cage for the, you know, people or some victims that the Baba Yaga will catch. We have her hut running. Once again, have a full-on video about this glorious creation. So if you want to check it out, just go into my channel. Why are you laughing out there? Of course it's glorious, come on. But anyway, guys, these are all of the 10 plants I wanted to show into this video. I feel like they're perfect picks to show you what kind of collector I am. As you can tell, I am not like very specific into something. There are some creators like, for example, Basie Plants, right? He loves Hoya so much. Or for example, you don't even grow here, all about anthuriums, right? In this case, this channel is all about everything. I am not a pro in any of these plants, but at the same time, I feel like already I know what the heck am I doing, since I can keep so many different plants thriving. So if this is not a great starting video for you to subscribe to my channel, I wouldn't know what would be, honestly, because I show you that I love everything. We have a bit of everything, and I feel like every plenty collector would find something cool on this channel. So subscribe, like this video. Let's start this year with some cool wave of new subscribers, of new friends, and, you know, move on and just have a fun community over here. Let's chat in the comments. How do you feel about today's video? Like this video if you did enjoy my picks, and of course, before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. Okay, since we're in the January, let me teach you how to say January in Lithuanian and in Russian. If you want to say January in Lithuanian, you need to say sausis. Once again, sausis. And if you want to say January in Russian, you need to say Yanvar. Once again, Yanvar. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you sticking till the very end. Oh, and my tripod died again. What is going on? Everything in this household is just losing the batteries, me including. Anyway, I will stop shaking you. If you watch this video till the very end, leave rock emojis because of the agave garden. Nobody will flip and understand what the heck is going on, why the comment section is filled with rocks, but we will know. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!